Hi everybody, it's Amy Caroline. Welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And good morning. So it is time for some more ghost train stories, and finally, the story that I'll be reading is called The Warsaw Ghost Train. And then I'm going to show you guys an example from haunted hotels, and to spend some time with my husband, and then I'll come back later on today and do a regular vlog, okay? But as of right now, it's time for some ghost train stories, okay? So the Warsaw Ghost Train. Warsaw, North Carolina is a little country located on the CSX's rail lines. The railroad through Warsaw was once part of an Atlantic line coastline route into Wilmington, North Carolina. The Warsaw Ghost Train story begins in November 1906. So we're going back to 1906 when the evening and freight train's crew accidentally left a switch open on the main line. The open switch hadn't been discovered the next morning when the southbound passenger train whistled for Warsaw Station. As the train approached, it hit the open switch at speed. The engine derailed and overturned. Burst steam pipes quickly scalded the trapped engineer and fireman to death. The baggage car also derailed and lurched halfway over. The baggage master inside, his back broken by the impact, was trapped under tons of baggage. He screamed over and over, but when the passengers from the cars finally reached him, he was dead. Soon after the accident, a family was walking home at night from the town's only hotel. Roads were bad, so they were walking along the railroad tracks. They were on a trestle, a dangerous spot to be if a train comes by, when they heard a southbound extra whistle for Warsaw Station. The piercing beam of a headlight stabbed towards them. The family ran across the trestle to safety and stopped by the side of the tracks to let the train pass. The whistle sounded again, and the headlight bore down upon them, and then, to their attachment, the train simply disappeared. Several nights later, the engineer of the northbound train whistle for Warsaw Station. To his horror, he heard a southbound train, a train without rights to the track whistle back. And a headlight shone in his face. The engineer put the brakes into emergency, and the train ground to a shuddering halt. The train men back in the passenger cars knew something was wrong when they felt the sickening lurch of emergency brakes. They ran up the track to investigate, but nothing was there. Apparently the ghost of the wrecked train was appearing in Warsaw. Many people who saw it back in the earlier years of the century, although it hasn't reappeared for a long time. Perhaps as time passed, it just faded away. So apparently, apparently the Warsaw Station and the town of Warsaw, the town of Warsaw and Warsaw Station is still haunted. It's still haunted. It's still haunted. And that's what it goes back to 1906. It goes back to 1906. And that's what has to be on the Travel Channel, okay? That's what that's what Ghost Train has to do on the Travel Channel, okay? That's what you guys have to do on the Travel Channel, okay? So you have to let the story go back in time and put the apparition of the train and put the ghost of the train too, okay? Okay? And also put and also when you do put the family put the family put the family walking home from the town on put the family walking home at night from the hotel put that too in Ghost Train and Ghost Train, put that too, okay? All right, thank you. So anyway, and let the story go back in time, and let the story go back in time, and be sure the ghost appears, be sure the story goes back in time, and be sure the apparitions of the train and the story goes back in time to when the family was walking at night from the town's hotel, okay? All right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Now I'm going to show you guys an example from haunted hotels, It's a previous TV show that used to be on the Travel Channel, but now Ghost Train has to be on there. Ghost Train has to be on there. Ghost Train has to be on there. Anyway, I am going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, okay? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, okay? All right? So here it goes. So here it goes. Here it goes.
Staying in old inns or stately homes are sometimes greeted with a ghost story, which can be charming or terrifying, depending on how the spirit moves them, and which room the spectre chooses to haunt. There are hotels in which the supernatural is every day. A whole story where dead men really do tell tales.
Those eyes, those milky eyes, just kept drawing him in.
A hotel where a phantom's embrace leaves visitors gasping for breath.
It's a spirit that comes from the front and passes right through and leaves them.
And a guest house which is home to a little girl who is 12 years old forever.
She hates lights. She likes it when it's nice and dark.
Explore another side of the distant past, where ghosts search the night for answers and departed spirits walk once more. Older cities can be great for weekend breaks. Historic houses, cobblestone streets, comforting reminders of a simpler time. But in a haunted hotel, history really does come alive, and in rather unsettling ways. Nestled among groves of walnut trees, the Snowball Mansion Inn is the pride of Knights Landing, California. According to innkeepers Cheryl and James Furing, in the 1870s, this Victorian Italianate villa was the grandest building in town.
Snowball Mansion is a very elegant lady facing the Sacramento River.
A little more than 100 kilometers northeast of San Francisco, this former family home delights guests with comfort and tradition. Its furnishings taken straight from the Victorian era.
We tried to make a guest feel that they were stepping back in time.
The mansion was built to last, constructed entirely from mud brick.
The mud was taken from the river, and it took 5 years for all the bricks to be made. Even the interior walls are brick.
Walls built to last for centuries. Walls that once muted an anguished cry, that now echoes through time. The haunting story of Snowball Mansion began more than a century ago, in the 1870s, when a businessman called John Snowball built this house for his bride, Lucy.
John and Lucy Snowball were very happy together. They spent a lot of their time in their home and enjoying the grounds, reading in the grove. The sound came from the land.
Before long, the couple was blessed with a daughter. For Lucy, the child was welcome company when John's business took him far from home.
I don't think it was easy for Lucy, and her husband was away on business a lot. So when he returned home, it was a special time for her to spend time with him.
Each time John returned from a trip, Lucy delighted in hearing about his travels. But on one night, this simple pleasure would rob the couple of their greatest joy.
John had just returned from his trip, and Lucy was glad to see him. She went in to spend some time with him after putting the baby down.
Lucy had intended to spend the night in her room next to the nursery, but the long day had taken its toll. She fell asleep beside John instead, listening to stories from his recent trip. Lucy slept peacefully, never dreaming of the dangers this night would hold for her infant daughter.
The walls being brick, they're very well insulated, so noise does not travel in a brick house.
In the morning, Lucy woke up and realized she had slept through the night in a bed far from her daughter's crib.
She immediately ran to check on the baby.
That night, the earthen bricks of their solid, secure home had muffled the cries of their child in the nursery.
That's where she found the baby.
John!
And the baby was not breathing.
Their daughter had died during the night.
When Lucy found her child dead, she was devastated. She blamed herself for not being in her room to hear the baby.
Lucy laid her daughter to rest, but her grief stayed with her. John struggled to lift his wife out of her sorrow, but the cheerful young woman he had married was gone.
I don't think Lucy ever forgave herself for losing her child. I think she felt guilty her whole life and went into a deep depression that she really never came out of. She stayed home and became a recluse. Lucy spent a lot of time in the nursery. For weeks, they would find her in there, sitting by the crib.
Though she lived into her 70s, Lucy Snowball took her grief with her to the grave. And according to some, even death has not brought Lucy peace. Ghostly events have led some to see her home in a different light. It seems that ghosts are guests who never leave, troubled spirits never at peace. Many visitors to California's Snowball Mansion Inn believe the spirit of Lucy Snowball still wanders, grieving for the daughter who died in the nursery so long ago.
All the children in Knight's Landing think it's the haunted house.
Even the current owners feel there is more to this mansion than meets the eye.
The oddest feelings is when the windows rattle.
It's common for the windows of old houses to rattle in the wind, but at Snowball Mansion, the pattern is most uncommon.
The windows will start rattling one at a time upstairs, and they'll go across the front of the house, down the house, to the front door, and around the side of the house. People that aren't used to it or have never seen it are quite startled by it.
Those who hear Lucy's sad story believe they know the reason for the shuddering windows.
It seems sometimes that Lucy attempts to waken guests so that they can check on their family to prevent maybe another tragedy.
Lucy's warnings can take many forms: rattling doors and windows, smoke detector alarms. They say sometimes she even comes to the front door.
In the early evening, at dusk, the doorbell will ring, and I've gone to answer the door, and nobody's there. I'll step out onto the porch, look around, nobody's there. And you kind of get an odd little feeling.
Some guests report that Lucy's activities go far beyond rattling windows and ringing bells.
About 25 years ago, a renter lived in that room, and he started seeing Lucy appearing to him.
It always happened in the middle of the night when she would come, and he would wake up and see her. It made him feel very uncomfortable, and he eventually moved.
Recent guests at the inn say they've spotted Lucy, still trying to do the best for her baby.
Guest told us that Lucy's ghost had come through the wall where a doorway leading into the nursery had once been. I believe Lucy is still in the house because she has never really gotten over the loss of her child. She is still roaming these 3 rooms.
Guests sense Lucy's spirit is veiled in sorrow. But on rare occasions, ghostly events seem to hark back to happier times.
There's been reports from some of our guests that they've heard old-fashioned music coming from the old ballroom upstairs.
And if Snowball Mansion's owners are right, Lucy is not alone. Another spirit is there to comfort her forever.
I'm sure if Lucy Snowball spirit is here, that John Snowball spirit is here also, at Lucy's side.
While some spirits seem to be able to draw...
Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there. Excuse me. Did you see of how the story went back in time? Went back in time to the 1880s and the 1800s and stuff like that. Well, that's what the Warsaw Ghost Train has to do. That's what Ghost Train has to do in the documentary. It has to go back in time to 1906, and the stuff I said earlier has to be in there too, okay? All right? So that's what Ghost Train has to do. That's what Ghost Train has to do, just like Haunted Hotels did, okay? All right? So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I will try to come back today, or if I can't, I'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow is Easter. I will try to come back. I will do my best. I'll do my best today to try to come back and do some more Ghost Train stories for you guys. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell. And I will see you guys later for the vlog this morning and for the next Ghost Train story very soon, okay? Okay, bye everybody. Bye.